Skill 3, Substitution. When we're doing substitution, we need to replace a letter with a number. Normally the question will tell us which number we need to replace the letter with. If we look at question 6, it tells us as well. It says find the value of the following expressions if x equals 2, y equals -1, and z equals 3. If we start with question 6a, the expression is 2x. What we need to do is we need to replace the x term with the number 2 because the question outlines that x equals 2. So what we do when we replace the letter with the number, we normally write it in brackets. So the 2 stays out the front, but the x changes to be a 2 in brackets. And that's that 2 there coming in. When a number is written next to another number in brackets, that means multiply. So this is the same as 2 times 2, which equals 4. So this expression now equals 4 because we've substituted in that value of x equals 2. Let's do another one. Let's look at b. In b, the expression is 3xy. Now, the values we need to substitute are x equals 2, and we've got a y, and y equals -1. So we write the expression again, 3 stays out the front, open bracket 2, open bracket -1. Remembering that these are all multiply, so 3 times 2 times -1, and that equals -6. So -6 is our answer for this expression, now that we've substituted in the value of x and the value of y. If we look at one more, let's look at a harder one. Let's look at f. We've got x squared take y squared plus xyz. Substitute the values in. X becomes 2 squared, y becomes -1 squared, and then we've got x, y, z. Let's just put these in together. So it's x is 2 times -1 times 3. If we work these out one by one, 2 squared is 4. -1 squared, -1 times -1 is +1. So let's take away +1. And then we've got 2 times -1 times 3 is -6. So this plus becomes -6. And that equals 4 take away 1 is 3. 3 take away 6 is -3. If you're not sure about working the final part out, just use your calculator. Just make sure you enter everything in as accurately as you can. With question 7, let's look at part A. We've got different values to substitute. We've got x equals 4 and y equals -3. So the expression is 4x plus 3y. If we substitute, we've got 4, the value of x is 4, and then we add 3, and the value of y is -3. If we work these out, 4 times 4 is going to give 16, and then 3 times -3 gives -9. So we're taking away 9, which leaves us with 7 as our final answer for that expression. Again, just use your calculator on the final steps if that's easier. So once you've written this blue line here, you can go straight to your calculator and use the brackets in the calculator, they'll work fine. In question 9, we're being given very specific formulas and we need to substitute into these formulas. Alright, this is quite a normal thing to do with substitution. So if we look at 9a, the formula or the equation is A equals BH. Remembering that if you see any numbers or letters written next to each other, there's an invisible multiplication sign in the middle. So this really means A equals B times H. Now, the values that we've been given in this question are B equals 5 and H equals 3. So B equals 5 and H equals 3. So what we're really doing here is A equals 5 times 3, which equals 15. So our final answer is 15 for that. If we look at D, we've got an equation, A equals a half A plus B times H. You might remember this formula, it's the area of a trapezium. The values that we've got here are H equals 10, A equals 7, B equals 2. So let's put those values in. We've still got a half out the front, open bracket, A is now 7, and we add B, which is 2, and then we've got H on the end, which is a multiplication, and we're multiplying by 10 for H. When we go to add that up, you can put that in the calculator. If we work it out, we've got a half, which you can also write as 0.5, times 9, because 7 plus 2 is 9, times 10. That'll give us an answer of 45 for our final answer. If we do one more, let's look at F. B equals U plus AT. The values are U equals 4, A equals 3.2, T equals 2.1. Put these values in. V equals 4 plus 3.2 times 2.1. Remembering that these two letters are written next to each other, so they're multiplying. That's why I've put the multiplication symbol here. So you can go straight to the calculator if you want, or you can work out 3.2 times 2.1. Quickly work that out. 3.2 times 2.1 is 6.72, so we've got 4 plus 6.72, which gives us 10.72 as our final answer.